Hey, what's up, guys? I hope everybody had a good week of training. I did. I had a good week. We went to San Carlos yesterday, and there was quite a few of the running club members there. We all did good. Proud of you guys. We're into week 4, 5, 6. We're getting up there now, so the fatigue is starting to. We should be rolling pretty well with our training. So I just wanted to talk about a few training rules here from a training philosophy. Training philosophy is just what you believe in, so I learned these things throughout my running. I've followed various running programs and systems throughout the years. Learned from different coaches, from my elementary school coach, high school coach, college coach, current coach, his name is Arnie, to coaches that are the best coaches in the world, I guess you could say, coach the best marathoners. So there's always a lot to learn from everybody. So that's what I believe in, is to learn, continually learn, And that's really what it's all about, is learning what your body is capable of. To me, your capabilities, learning how what you're capable of. Like I just said, I think that's really important, is physical intelligence. It's always good to get the best out of yourself, right? So 5 training rules, and this is what I learned from a coach named Steve Magnus. He's an elite coach, and I believe it translates well to everybody's training, or you can translate it to yours. You can, apply it however you want, but it's just to help you along. So 5 training rules. First one is the boring stuff is your foundation, which means the stuff that you don't want to do every day is basically the thing you need to do, is get up and put your shoes on and go out for your miles. Nothing replaces that, no special workouts, no special training, no secret training. There's nothing really, there's no way to hack that. There's no way to hack success in distance running. You got to get out there, you got to put in the easy miles, you got to progress, and there's no way around that. And there's no other way to get stronger than to focus on the basics as well. Basic push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, presses, squats, deadlifts, picking up stuff off the floor, bending. Those are things that human beings have been doing since the beginning of time. Not beginning of time, but since we've been upright, So that's the bulk of everything, is the basics, okay? That's the first one. Second rule is don't force it. Let your training come to you, meaning that, you're out there running. Don't grit your teeth and try to bear down and suffer it through and push, just let it come to you. Whatever your effort is on that day is what it's going to be, If you're feeling tired, then yeah, it's going to be on the slower side. If you're feeling good, then, you can go a little faster. But the key is to not force anything. That's how I believe you burn out and a lot of injuries can happen, is you're forcing things, when you really should just relax and let the day be what it is. If you have a hard workout, let the pace be what it is going to be. Let the effort be what it's going to be, but just let it come to you. Don't force anything, Third one is always take the next logical step. Kind of what I had put on the training plan is progress everything, meaning that we don't go somewhere until we're ready, okay? So we don't go from 3-mile runs, daily runs, to next week jumping to 7-mile runs every day, right? We don't go from a 3-mile long run all the way to a 13-mile long run, right? There's a lot of injuries that can happen in between there. But the key is to gradually do it, gradually over the weeks, days, accumulate, and let the adaptation guide training, okay? So just progress everything, meaning like if you can do 2 push-ups, knee push-ups, next week you progress to 3, you progress to 4, okay? So this week you're running 3 miles per day, and it takes 45-50 minutes, okay? Next week, maybe one day out of the week, add a half mile in there, okay? So you're slightly progressing, over a period of weeks and months, okay? So that's the third one. Fourth one is you lose what you don't train, okay? So meaning that with our training, we want everything we need there all the time, all the ingredients, We want endurance there, we want strength there, we want running form, we want the, all that stuff to be there all the time. And what's most important in distance running is the aerobic system, endurance, right? But that doesn't mean that we totally neglect the strength side. You know, we still want to be strong. We need some strength in the hips, you know, in your upper body to move your arms and your legs, your leg muscles. So the way to do that is you just keep a little bit in. You never forget about it. You never forget about your strength. You never forget about your speed work. You never forget about your endurance work. Okay? So to keep that around, you just got to do a little bit each day. And you know, you guys know that you lose what you don't train. You sit on the couch for a week, you kind of get out of shape, right? So that just goes with everything. Your strength, your speed, your endurance. You want to keep a little bit in at all times, okay? And the fifth one is to train the individual and not the system. What that means is that when I'm working with somebody, the person standing in front of me is going to give me all the answers, you know. A very true beginner training, their training is going to be different than somebody that's been running for 10, 15 years, you know. So I don't try to find the same program for everybody and say, you guys fit in this, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. You got to look at what your strengths and weaknesses are, what your experience level is, and you go from there, okay? So for you, if you're really on the truly beginning side, is you work on your own development. You know, you don't try to pick a program and follow something for an elite runner. You don't pick a bodybuilder program for Arnold Schwarzenegger and try to jump into that. You know, you work at your level and you progress at your own pace, okay? So those are just some training rules that I went over, and hopefully it helped, and hopefully you guys are on a good track with your running. You know, I'm liking what I'm seeing. You guys keep up the good work, and don't forget to ask if you have questions. Ask each other, support each other. You know, this thing's like a clubhouse here, you know, so we help each other out, we support each other, and we do our best. You know, that's the whole thing about it, is creating a place where everybody can learn and push themselves and support each other, okay? So have a good week of training, and we'll see you this week out there somewhere on the roads, okay?